Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. This week's headline reads, Books Our Editors Loved This Week. The New York Times Book Review has once again picked out some intriguing titles that have caught their critics' eyes. Let's dive in. Starting in the history section, we have a book that takes readers to the Côte d'Azur in 1937. The author, Thomason, draws on letters, memoirs, works of art and hundreds of photographs to paint a vivid picture of a fleeting, almost feverish artistic commune. Picture Picasso, Dora Maar, Man Ray, the photographer Lee Miller, and the poet Paul Éluard all converging in that bougainvillea-draped hotel, a last gasp of creative abandon as the ominous clouds of World II grow darker. It's a snapshot of freedom that feels almost cinematic, and the Times critics say it offers a new lens on that elusive Bloomsbury-style bohemia. Next, in true crime we encounter Paul Skalnick, a 9-times married con man who ran scams on the Gulf Coast for 3 decades. Inside prison, he orchestrated the biggest swindle of his life, trading confessions from fellow inmates to manipulate the judicial system, turning convictions into a bargaining chip for his own clemency. Koloff, a New York Times Magazine reporter, goes deep into how Skalnick's machinations have left a dent in the justice system, and leaves us with the unsettling question of whether a person like him could literally turn the tide for someone on death row. Moving on to romance, we follow a former pop idol who's left the spotlight to enroll at UCLA. Her name is Ramona Wilder, and she's packed with a history of being the target of media scrutiny, manipulative figures, and constant pressure. She finds herself battling panic attacks and trying to learn what it means to exist outside the celebrity bubble. Her guide is Nick Navarro, a recently divorced professor who's charmingly awkward and ready to help her navigate Psych 101 in the unfamiliar territory of normalcy. The review notes that the storyline deftly tackles questions about identity, fame, and the emotional toll that follows a life under the public eye. The short stories collection by Nunez follows her meteoric rise. After winning the National Book Award in 2018 for The Friend, a novel about a novelist who adopts her mentor's Very Gowden, Nunez turns her voice into a collection that critics call dazzling. Dwight Garner writes that her prose is threaded with erudite signifiers and high-minded conversation, yet remains unfussy. He likens it to the food in a good restaurant, excellent but not pretentious. It's a showcase of the crisp, realized voice that has earned her a spot on the best of the year lists. In social science, we meet Schiller, who had been in her 30s when the COVID pandemic hit. She found herself caring for her grandmother, and the foreseen real-life experience offers an intimate look at how pandemic challenges reshaped family dynamics. Though the full details of the book are still being revealed, the Times editors note that the narrative provides a poignant, first-hand window into the quiet struggles many families faced in that chaotic period. And that's a wrap on this week's picks. Each book offers a portal, whether into artistic freedom on the French Riviera, the dark corners of the criminal proprietor, the struggle to find oneself after fame, the sharp voice of a recent award winner, or the quiet dejection of a pandemic-era caregiver. Tune in next week for more standout reviews and join us in discovering your next great read. Thanks for listening, and happy reading!